What's good, everybody? Lou Cologne here for episode 28 of Budega Insiders. And I'm here with
Alex, and we're at 321 4th Avenue, Park Slope, Brooklyn.
And for the industry, a lot of buzz going on about metric and what the metric program is. Can you explain to us first, what is seed to sale mean?
The Seed to Sale program will allow the OCM to track all the purchases that we make from all our vendors, the dates that we receive our products, and then the dates that they are due.
The metric system will also help us as far as intake and doing deliveries. Can you explain that to the folks, how that helps streamline our process?
That, I think, is going to be one of the biggest stress reliefs for us. When a big delivery comes in, we have to create a purchase order, intake each quantity, each SKU, and then put each SKU ID in, which could be very manual intensive. Hopefully, according to metric, it's supposed to be seamless. The purchase order is created, we get the delivery, we log in, it syncs right into our POS.
So some of that manual labor taken off of our plate because all the systems will have all the data that we're manually putting in, if I'm hearing you correct. And two, it also alleviates some of the natural human error that might happen, and that should help streamline things. So we are excited about that. Tell us a little bit onboarding and what needs to happen when we go live.
So I did get a phone call on Thursday from one of our vendors. She said that if we don't activate our metric login credentials the same time that they do, when we put in an order, if they're not already synced up with metric, they won't be able to deliver product to us, and vice versa. If they activate their metric account, just say next week on the 7th, and we don't have our metric account set up by the 14th, when we try to put in a reorder, they won't be able to deliver product to us. So please, everybody, prepare for that.
Key takeaway: you need to have buying team, you need to have fulfillment, and you need to have your IT stack all aligned. So get all those three things ready. Metric is happening. It's inevitable. So get it together. So sticking on theme for back of house operational functions, you have managed and been handling all of the buying. So let us know how you go about that process.
Obviously, when we opened up, we had no data to play off of. I basically just went off of my experience of having a delivery service for 20 years and having sold a lot of different strains, being very familiar with the New York City market. That's really where the basis of my decisions came from. New Yorkers like to tap into more nostalgic strains. Sativa names like Jack Herrera, Durban Poison, Sour Diesel, White Durban, Blue Dream, always a winner. So a lot of that is just kind of muscle memory and just knowing the names when you write them down. Buying is like a big thing. It's the one part of the job that I actually really enjoy because I am kind of hunting for names that I know are going to do well.
So Alex, we talked about the metric system and what we need to do there. Talked about some of your buying techniques and thought process of how we get the product in shelves. And then lastly, we want to talk about what's new on the shelf.
So we brought back some previous strains like the Blue Nerds, which did amazing. We also brought back the Ethanol 33 from the same brand, Bouquet. People love it. And then we also brought in two new strains from Bouquet, the Ghost Train Runts, and then also the Honeymoon Diesel. And then we also brought in some new strains from a familiar brand. Shout outs to Florette. We have new sativa called Cosmic Piff. And then we also brought in a hybrid called Tangerine Bubblegum.
Nice. And with that, episode 28 is done. Peace.